today?
No dramas, dude. Definitely no dramas.
Well, mate, I've got to start off by saying congratulations about signing with Epitaph. Tell us a little bit about how this has come about for you guys.
I guess the brief is kind of exactly what happened in the video, but basically we went up and performed at Big Sound in Brisbane, maybe 6 or 7 months ago, whenever the fuck it was, and we got contacted by this guy, this random American dude, who was I've checked out your videos, I'm not really watching any other bands at Big Sound, but I'd love to come, check out you guys. And he was like, do you guys have any sort of booking agent or manager? And we said no. And he came down and we went and had dinner after and stuff, and he was a really big fan of it. He's a bit of an art collector as well.
Yep.
And basically put forward, hey, can I manage you guys? I've got a friend back home that's a fan of it as well, and they want to work together. And we were kind of skeptic. We were like, okay, cool, this will be interesting. And then we went home and looked up the guys on the internet. Turns out they're actually pretty big dogs in Hollywood that book all sorts of big stuff like Talking Heads and Maroon 5 and shit like that. And yeah, they were super interested in the band, and they were like, we see the vision and we want to help you get there. And one thing led to another, phone calls led to phone calls, and Brett from Epitaph ended up getting wind of it all and said he wanted a piece of the pie and sent through an offer, and it all happened. And it's just been the most ridiculous blast into space from there, really.
Yeah. Now, I know how you feel with that phone call, because I got a phone call a couple of years ago with a job offer out of the blue, and I actually thought that the person on the other end was pranking me, and I didn't want to believe it. Is that how you guys kind of felt when that phone call first came through? You didn't know whether you could trust it or not?
Well, we have a very, very strict rule at DREGG, which is don't get excited about anything until it happens.
Yep.
So, it was kind of very okay, cool. We remained calm when it came through. We tried to remain as calm as we could, but we were okay, this is serious. And then it wasn't until we saw the contract, and then we saw release day, and we were like, okay, Epitaph literally just uploaded our video. It's actually happening. It's I still think it hasn't set in for everybody what a massive label this is to take us on. So we're just kind of taking it day by day, and we're just super grateful for it, really, because it's fucking wild.
Yeah. Going back to Big Sound and performing, knowing that guy was there to watch you guys, did that add any pressure to what you were doing, or did you just go about what you guys do best?
No, because like I said, it wasn't until we kind of got home from Big Sound and really looked the guy up that we took it very seriously. We really, because when you play in a band, you deal with people like that all the time, coming to you saying, oh, I can make this dream come true, and I can make that dream come true, and you hear that left, right, and center from all sorts of different guys and women in the industry. So I was like, this will just be another one of these bullshit artists. And then it turned out that it wasn't. So we were just kind of doing our standard thing at Big Sound. We were flipping off everyone in the crowd, fucking running amok, swearing, kicking shit over. We were doing what we always do. And it turned out when we got home, we were like, wow, that dude was actually legit. So yeah, our performance, our attitude, nothing really was put on to, I guess, accommodate the people that were watching us. It was more we honestly didn't even think anything was going to come from it, because we've never really had much luck with big management or big booking or big labels before at all. So yeah.
So for young bands that are out there that are listening to this or going to read the article, what happens now for you guys? You guys have signed on to a huge label. What happens next? Do you meet with the label to try and work out when you start working on an album, or what happens from now on?
Well, we're kind of looking at it as it's 2020, and we'll make an album when we're ready. We will write an album when we're ready. But right now, the world's different. You can put out EPs, you can put out singles. We might put out an album next. We might put out an EP. We might put out more singles. We're kind of just playing it by ear, because at the same time as well, the world is in fucking lockdown. So it's it's not really the best time to be putting out shit like that. So it's a cool time to put out music that's just kind of one-off stuff. And we love, clearly, we love making music, but we also love making videos. Yeah. And it's very difficult to make an entire album worth of videos. So we've always kind of stuck by it, and we're still sticking true to it, of just there's no plan. We're just kind of creating what the fuck we feel like creating. It's kind of like what you're seeing in the SoundCloud movement at the moment. Kids are just putting out whatever the shit they want to put out. They're like, yo, I wrote this. here it is. Like, oh, I wrote this EP on the weekend, here it is. Like, that's the way it's moving. Like, this whole, like, hyping an album for 6 months and then dropping it, and then, like, it's kind of like the old way of doing it. We're trying to keep it fresh and do what young people are doing now, and just, like, drop shit as we write it, drop shit as we produce it, and just see how people... And we've been given that freedom from Epitaph. Like, they're kind of like, you guys can do whatever the hell you want. Like, we see the vision for it. We see that you're relevant. Go for it.
Yeah. This moment of lockdown that we're in at the moment, the music world is in a really weird place that it's never been in. What do you guys plan on doing during this time? Like, for me, I've decided that this is the time to go through and completely change our website because we don't have a lot of stuff coming in at the moment. So what do you guys plan on doing during this kind of lockdown period where the music world's kind of in this stallment at the moment?
Well, I think people are being a bit negative about it as well. It's like obviously it's negative. The world's in a negative place, but for the industry, like, yeah, playing shows has come to a massive halt, but like that should put everybody's like creativity at like tenfold. Like, that frustration of not being able to play should now overflood and go into creativity, and people should have like so much banked up music ready to go that by the time it comes to tour, it's like, if you don't have new music by the time this world like kind of comes back, it's like, what have you been doing with the downtime? Like, you've got all this time not touring, write music, create content, organize your merch, organize your videos, like, get everything cracking. Like, now is like the downtime to just create, and explode when this all comes back, because the competition when this comes back is going to be huge, because everybody's gonna feel financial hardship through this. And when shows do come back, like, I think what we were all hoping originally is like, yes, all the shows will be back on, and then that'll be it. Everybody will be hitting them up. But it's also, people might not be able to afford to go to more than one show like a month. Yeah. So it's also going to be quite competitive. It's going to be like, you need to have some good shit out there at the moment, otherwise. But like, at the same time, you make music for yourself. Like, that's all it is. But as far as like industry, that's how I see it affecting industry, is the people that are working the hardest in this downtime to create content, start organizing their backup tours and everything now, will come out on top in the end, I reckon. Definitely,
yeah, definitely. I agree. Look, I just see this as a great time to kind of, go in and reset everything and just plan for the future. That's pretty much how I'm going about it at the moment. But bringing it back to your signing, what does it mean to you guys being signed to a major label like this?
I guess the big one is like, we've kind of been, we've always been very, not nervous, what's the word I'm looking for? We've always been very, not even doubtful, we've just kind of always, we've always done what we wanted to do, and we haven't given a fuck, but we've always had this feeling of like, there's totally a chance that like, we're wrong, and people don't fuck with this, and that's why no one's biting.
Yep.
And then when someone like that comes along, who is literally like Brett is like one of the pioneers of punk in the world. Like, he's got some of the biggest punk bands in the world under his label. Like, he played in Bad Religion, one of the biggest punk bands in the world. Like, the dude knows how to say fuck you.
Yep.
And for him to be on board kind of gave us this relieving feeling of like, not so much our futures were set, but more this feeling of like, yo, we were actually right. Like, we were actually right that this is the attitude that is like raw and punk and whatnot. Like, it was that relief that we're not out of touch with that and isolated from it, but in fact, it was our punk attitude that was keeping that at bay, you know?
Definitely, yeah. Now, I know we are running out of time, so I'll quickly ask before I go, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans out there about what they can look forward to in the future now with this new beginning for you guys?
I guess it's gonna, well, one thing I'd say is like, I don't see us really, like, I know a lot of bands sign to big labels and then they kind of change their sound and try to market towards the radio and stuff. Like, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be staying quite heavy. Like, if anything, we're going to try and get heavier. Like, well, we have the means to do it. But I think more importantly, I'd say, like, to anybody that listens to our band and is inspired by, like, the weird stuff we do, it's like, the world is in quarantine, and if you've never started a band or you've never even thought about doing it, use this downtime to, like, learn to scream, learn an instrument, and, like, start a band and make something cool, because you could literally use this downtime to start a band and be doing something sick by the time the world's back. Like, there's going to be a lot of shows that need a lot of supports. If you if you think you could do it, now is the time to at least try. Like, use the downtime to be creative.
Definitely. Well, mate, again, congratulations on the signing, and we cannot wait to see what you guys have got planned for us in the future.
Nah, thank you so much, man.
Not a problem. Thanks for chatting to us, and yeah, hopefully we do get to talk very, very soon when you guys have got some new stuff coming out.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, 100%.
All right, mate. You have a great afternoon. We'll talk soon.
Peace, man.
All right. Bye.